It's been almost 2 decades since Star Trek made its television debut. The series was only on for a few years, but it seems to have gotten more and more popular as time goes by. Chuck Roberts takes a look at the series, the movies, and the people who can't seem to get enough of Star Trek.
There are millions of people in this country who like Star Trek, and there are a few thousand who really like it. They're the die-hard Star Trek fans, or Trekkies. They tend to show up at science fiction conventions or fantasy fairs like this one in Atlanta, just the right place to find that special Star Trek gift. And if you can't meet the stars of the series, that doesn't mean you can't have dinner with them. Where else would you find people willing to take part in a Star Trek trivia game, especially one based on Family Feud? The Federation members are on the right, the evil Klingons on the left. Here's a typical question. Name an alien race seen more than once on Star Trek.
The Orions.
The Orions, isn't it there? Yeah. Okay.
So much for the Star Trek game show. How about a Star Trek slide show? This particular feature was put together by Don Harden. Like a lot of Trekkies, Harden has been a fan from the very beginning.
Yeah, like 8 years old. I saw it when it was first on the air. Just a kid going to grammar school. I had always done well in science, and I was interested in space travel. I was watching the rocket launches at that time, Gemini, and following that. And here comes this show with all these spaceships flying around, so I enjoyed that.
It was largely because of the fans that the people at Paramount decided there was a market for a Star Trek motion picture, and they made one called Star Trek, the Motion Picture. It didn't do too well, but the next one did. It was Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Yes, I enjoyed every minute of that movie. They concentrated on the people in Star Trek II.
Next came Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. It was also a success, so it won't be too long until there's a Star Trek IV. But there couldn't have been any Star Trek movies without the Star Trek series, which will run forever in syndication.
There's no real simple, pure explanation that you can put in a nutshell, but my feeling is that there was a chemistry among the actors and among the characters on the show. You came to care about them every week.
The first 20 episodes are available on home cassette, so you can watch the crew of the Enterprise explore new worlds and seek out new life forms whenever you want. You'd be surprised at how many life forms they ran into. Some of them looked pretty mean, or sounded mean. One looked like Lurch on the Addams Family, but sounded like Captain Kirk.
Kirk out.
This one looked like Liberace.
They make a perfectly exquisite display pair.
Which is better than looking like a Rubik's Cube.
Keeps coming at us.
It seemed like quite a few aliens were women. This particular alien is green, but somehow that doesn't look as though it's going to be an insurmountable problem in this case. Most of the aliens showed up when the crew beamed down to a strange planet. Here's a tip for an unknown crewman. Don't beam down with the stars. Your chance of making it back to the ship is nil. Star Trek's been around for almost 2 decades now, and no one can really pinpoint just why the series has lasted as long as it has. Maybe it's the message or the characters.
Could be some form of space madness we've never heard of.
Could be that. I'm Chuck Roberts for Good News.